The Allman Brothers Band are one of the principal architects of the jam band scene and one of the best bands around. Not only have they influenced different generations of musicians like Eric Clapton and Derek Trucks, but they have stood the test of time and created new life for the blues and allowed Southern rock to thrive. I got the chance to meet the Allman Brothers back in 2005 at the Bonnaroo Music Festival, but the real reason I have to thank them is because the song Melissa is one of the biggest reasons I picked up the guitar and learned how to play. I got to tell Gregg Allman thanks for writing that song, and it was funny to see how truly startled he was to hear an East Indian kid from California was so inspired by his music. Well, music crosses all borders and boundaries, and that's why the road goes on forever. What do you get when you take two of your bands in different combinations and add a special guest to the mix? You get a live recorded music series that's been a dream of mine for years in the making. I've been a touring artist for over 2 decades, so whether I'm in a studio or out performing at clubs and festivals, music always is the magic that brings me home. My name is Nikhil Korula, and this is Sight and Sound.
Won't you come and play? It's a good day. Won't you come and play? 'Cause the music won't stop when your heart just wants you to play. 'Cause the music won't stop when your heart just wants you to play. What those young boys will do to you. if I don't see you no more. Well, goodbye now, pretty baby, if I don't see you no more. If you think I'll be your fool, no, well, you better be on your merry way. sight of all of us. When it rains, the sun will shine. So much trouble in the world. When it rains, the sun will shine and light of love. just a bluebird, I'm just walking down the road. Early morning sunshine, tell me all I need to know. No. You're my blue sky, you're my sunny day. Lord, you know it makes me high when you turn your love my way. You turn your love my way, yeah.
turn your love my way, turn your love my way, yeah, yeah.
This is a test of the microphony system.
You want evil laughs from everybody? That'd be good. Toby, I think you're up. We're definitely putting that in the interview somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to Sight and Sound, episode 9. We decided to go big and bad for this one. We invited the Koch Marshall Trio to join us with Greg Koch on guitar, Toby Lee Marshall on organ, and Dylan Koch on drums. How are you guys?
Excellent. How you doing?
I should say vocals and guitar, because you did sing some vocals.
I did. Yeah.
You do sing vocals.
Yes, Toby sings too.
That's right.
We like to mix it up. Nikki, we like to mix it
I heard
up.
you sing a vocal for the first time. I was like so excited. I was like eyes locked on you like a groupie. I was like, my God.
I could feel it.
I think he felt a little disturbed by that. But
He gave me an awkward look afterwards, so it was there. Well, I want to ask you, Greg, you've been in the business playing guitar for decades.
Yes.
What keeps you inspired to love the instrument, to love the music, to just stay on the good foot with all of this?
I just love playing. So my favorite recreational activity is to just kind of sit around and play guitar. As I say, I don't have hobbies. I play guitar and I reproduce. And I hang out with my fruits of reproduction and the individual I reproduced with. And that's pretty much how things roll. But, I think the key in the business is the love of what you do has to so supersede the poop that you may encounter
right.
in this livelihood.
Well, there's plenty of it, too.
Oh, indeed. A veritable fecal fricassee. But you must avoid it or just try to overcome.
And, I use this word lightly, but you really are a Jedi Master of guitar. So I want to know, what are the things that you want to work on now at this level when you've been able to master all these different techniques? Is there something that you're like, I still want to do the thing on guitar that I haven't approached or at least tried?
Well, I'm always learning new little things. I've always tried to kind of take whatever I learn and personalize it to my own personal sound, if you will, or my take on it. And so I find myself always refining what I do to try to voice it more into what I perceive as what my voice is. So that's what I work on the most as of late. So even when I learn something new, I'll spend some time to kind of go, like learning this Django thing or whatever. Right. And I'll say, well, there's a million guys. Well, no, there's not a million guys, but there's a lot of people who can play things as they were played. But it's something to take something, assimilate it, be able to recreate that thing, and then kind of define it in your own way. So that's what I try to do.
Are there guitars in your collection that you have not added yet to your collection? Because I assume there's a lot of tellies. I'm sure there's a lot of tellies and strats.
There is. I don't have many vintage instruments.
Okay.
So, I've got an old telly. I've got an old-ish strat. But I would like a 50 strat, and I would like I'd like an old Les Paul or a 335. I have nice custom shop stuff, but I'd actually like an old one just to have it. So We'll see. There's time.
There's time. Toby Lee Marshall.
Hi.
You are a great friend, and you've been playing on my record for my blues trio, but there's nothing like playing in this band, I'm sure, because you've got Dylan on drums, the son of Greg, a master guitarist, Dylan, a master drummer, and you are a master at organ when it comes to all of this. Tell me how you stay inspired with music and playing with this band.
Well, being in this band is inspiration in itself. I mean, look who I'm playing with on a nightly basis. that right there, that makes me want to be at my best and raise that bar as much as I possibly can. It feels limitless with this group.
I think I've learned all of your faces when you're impressed with each other's solos.
Yeah.
And when you're impressed that you're hitting the hits, it's really cool to see that. You have so many moments whenever somebody sees you guys play as a band. And I think the first time I saw you guys as a band was when we both opened for ZZ Top at Summerfest.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, seeing you guys on that big stage from the audience perspective too, I was like, these guys are about to blow the roof off the stage, and there's no roof already. Dylan, I have to ask you, you're playing with your dad.
Indeed.
Your dad has basically ruined guitar players for you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, pretty much, man.
But how does that, the bloodline connection come into play with music on that level?
Well, I mean, music was just always around, so I feel like it's such a leg up because he already had such a curated taste. So the stuff that I was listening to as a kid was already, a pretty good catalog to pull from for influences and stuff to learn.
Right.
So it was like a ready-made package of like, this is all the great stuff, there's more to find out, but this is a great base, So it's just a great way to start out if you have somebody that already is curated, like, okay, you want to listen to these records for the blues stuff, this stuff for the rock stuff, you want to learn
That's
some
awesome.
jazz, here's some other records, so just having that catalog and hearing him play as a kid, go to see his shows, all that. I mean, it's such a huge leg up to just be able to go watch a band load in when you're like 10 years old.
Right.
It's like, so how does this work? What is a sound check? How does that? And just to see it and then to see them rehearse, so it's a lot of just coming up in that environment was really beneficial,
I have to ask too, I'm sure you've had this moment many times because there are amazing legends like Jeff Beck and, there's just guitar gurus like that.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there were times you're like, my dad can play that.
Yeah, for
he
sure.
He can play it better.
yeah, all the time, man. You see, and you realize that everybody has their own little niche. But I mean, whenever he focuses in on somebody with a niche, he can do it and then twist it up into whatever version is the Greg Koch version, So like, there's always, taking somebody's style and then, as he said, he morphs it into his own thing. So it's really impressive to see how he does that. Pretty much any lick that he hears, he can just go.
Right. And I'm sure like there were times there has to be a family bond too. The good, the bad, and the ugly, where it's like, come on, Dad, like, get off my case, like, I'm trying to get this, like, there's got to be some of that. But, the cool thing is, I know Greg probably will vouch for this, when you're on the road, there's nothing like family or people that are part of your life to be there to remind you what it's like. How has touring together brought you closer? I'm going to ask Greg first, and then I'm going to ask Dylan.
Well, I mean, we've always been tight. I think that... for me as a padre, I always have to check myself from not wanting to say dad things all the time.
Right. Including dad jokes? I don't know.
So that's something I consciously try not to do, and to mixed results. But, it's great. There's no arguments. I mean, our family gets along great.
That's cool.
There's no volatile... outbursts. When I was a kid growing up, I would know people were like, so-and-so hasn't talked to his dad for years. I'd be like, I can't even relate to that.
Right.
Of course, I come from a big family. I'm the youngest of 7. And, there may be little squabbles here and there, but it's over pretty fast. So, but we have a great time. It's, be able to tour all over the place and be able to see great stuff and play music. And there's that, as you were mentioning earlier, there's definitely a unimind thing that goes on. A lot of times we go for the exact same syncopation at the exact same time. And so it's a glorious thing. And it's gotten to this point where I don't know any other way. So it's just awesome. It's low maintenance. It's a lot of fun. And people are always like, isn't it cool you could tour the kid? I'm like, yeah, it's so awesome. I mean, it just is. I mean,
I gotta tell my dad, like, get on guitar already.
Yeah.
Dylan, what about you? How has it brought you closer as a bond in music and for family?
Well, yeah, as he said, man, I mean, we were always real tight, but I mean, just the fact that we're able to lock in as a unit and pull this stuff off, because, I mean, it is a daily routine,
Right.
And to be able to follow a routine with 2 different guys, I mean, especially one that's in your family, you got to have a similar mindset of how you operate, how you want to get things done, and the sense of humor really kind of lubes the whole thing together,
Right.
Because without that, I mean, there's 8, 10, 11-hour drives, and without something to just kind of decompress a little bit. So the humor factor is a huge thing, It keeps the grease on the wheels,
Toby, you are like the adopted man-child to also be a part of this trio. It's probably been amazing to see and experience some of that family bond in music with the hits and stuff, but you also fit right in. How has this whole unit become such a tight band for you when you just started from, its infancy, to now?
Honestly, it's felt like that from the drop.
I can imagine that.
From the time the 3 of us were in one room,
Yep.
Yeah.
it was just like, okay, everything was, the music was there, the hangout was, everything was there. There was no effort, there was no it just felt right from the first moment. So
Well,
I'm just having fun, man. And
It looks it, and I've seen you guys play in many different rooms over the years, and I was telling you this. It's like there's no room for improvement, but you guys just keep getting better and tighter, and it's just ridiculous. And I know you guys see it too, because I see it in the guitar faces. I see it in when you guys are hitting stuff together. Are there any challenges musically that you want to explore when you're on stage that you haven't yet? Maybe it's a style of music, or maybe it's a different bag, or is it where do you see the band as a whole going in the next direction?
Well, I mean, I think as it is, it just keeps morphing the more we play. It was like the other night when our buddy Matt Schofield came out. It's like, you guys have been on the road for a while, because he saw us.
See it, yeah.
And it just, that's one of the things that I've always commented about, because there's a lot of times where people put together like little supergroup things, and you can get really qualified people, legendary sidemen, come together, and they can make something that sounds unbelievable because of the cumulative talent.
Right.
There's another thing that happens when you're playing with the same guys, traveling and just doing the do. And there's no replacing that. That's why I was always such a fan of bands, from, Hendrix to Cream to the Allman Brothers. I mean, those first aggregations especially had this magical thing that could never be the same when they start swapping things out. It could be something else, but it could never be that original thing. So to me, I think that whatever we decide to do, it's just going to keep on congealing. And it's about music for us. It's not about... I don't think anyone's like, I'm going to be famous and I'm going to make tons of money. And of course that's the case. But the thing is always about the music, and that's the one thing that, that's the only time I ever, will, talk smack about someone. Where it's always because it's something other than the music that's being shoved down your throat.
Yes.
And as long as it's about the music and people are about the music, that's what I can relate to, and that's what we're all about. Man.
What's really great is, when I first interviewed you on my radio show, we talked about the music you love. And when you mentioned the Allman Brothers, I was like, oh my God, this is like a dream. Because you guys are like a unit just with yourselves, but with this band too. I was like, if I could put together a group like that and put it in a studio and we could document it, then it's like a dream come true. There were moments where I was like, oh my God, this is like all of the records of the Allman Brothers. I'm living it right now while we're covering these tunes. So it was such an honor to play with you guys.
Likewise. Thanks for
having
having
us.
us.
Thank you so much for being guests on Sight and Sound. And I can't wait to make more music with you guys and see more shows that you guys play together, and hopefully we'll play together more often.
I like it.
Absolutely.
It's very cool. Tune in next time. Hit that subscribe button. We're going to play some more music. We're going to do some Allman Brothers covers and some original songs with the Cock Marshall Trio and with NK Band. We'll see you guys next time.
Don't forget to hide love's embrace of you and me. Let's be free. You find a place to go, yeah, yeah, leaving the space to live. Find a place to go, yeah, yeah, someplace you could further down the road, the trip will lift your load. Only when you give, you have the world to live. With you and yeah, hey, just believe. You'll find a place to go, yeah, yeah, leaving the space to live. You'll find a place to go, yeah, yeah, someplace you could you'll find a place to go, yeah, yeah, leaving the space to live. Find a place to go, yeah, yeah, someplace you people ask the question, why is life so dry? Let this groove take you on a journey to the other side. 'Cause I'm living for another day. 'Cause I'm living for another day. People, are you listening to the voice inside? Dance all your blues away. Lovers in the sky tonight. Come on, living for another day. 'Cause I'm living for another day. Come on, take me higher. It's up to your desire. Yeah, yeah. Grooving is a way to be. Make you ride in style. Bring out the soul in you. Put away the long to fight. 'Cause I'm living for another day. 'Cause I'm living for another day. Yeah, 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 yeah. Love will only free us from our state of minds. Bring out the soul in you. Let it shine out through the night. 'Cause I'm living for another day. Yeah, 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 yeah. 'Cause I'm living for another day. Come on, take me higher. Come on, take me higher. Come on, take me higher. It's up to your desire. Hey, hey, mama said the way you move, gonna make you sweat, gonna make you groove. A hot shine where you shake that thing, gonna make you burn, gonna make you sting. Hey, hey, baby, when you walk that way, watch your honey drip, can't keep away.
Welcome to Sight and Sound, episode 9. We did something really cool. We didn't have 3 guests. We didn't have 2 guests. We had 4 special guests. And today we have Woody Mankowski, who sat in with us on saxophone. How are you, Woody?
I'm good. Yeah, thanks for having me.
You've been a very talented saxophonist, singer, writer, you name it. And now I just learned that you also play guitar, so this is crazy. My first question is, how many instruments do you play?
Well, I play some piano, some guitar. I play some flute and clarinet. So that's 4, and then I play all the saxophones. But that only counts as 1 to me.
That's amazing. It's when I hear about cats like you, it's scary because I have my hands full with just guitar and piano. And when I see cats playing multiple instruments, transposing, having to think about different keys for all the instruments, I'm like, how do you keep track of all of it? But I wanted to ask you, you've been a seasoned vet, you've been playing with all kinds of people. You recently just played an amazing gig and recording with Michael McDonald.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that was pretty amazing.
Well, no, it was with the Doobie Brothers.
The Doobie Brothers, but Michael McDonald too.
Michael McDonald was there.
It was great. That's a huge bucket list.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to ask you, what keeps you inspired as a musician and driven to just keep going after the thing that you want?
Because I can't do anything else. I don't want to do anything else. I just want this to work, and I'm going to make it work. And if it doesn't work, I don't care.
I love that. You know, it's really cool, too. You have such unique voices on both saxophone. I've heard you play sax, and I've heard you sing. Do you have a preference of, like, when you want to turn something on or, like, wear a different hat for an instrument?
No, it's a lot of people ask me that, actually, but it's like they're just different tools in my arsenal. I pull them out when I need them.
So when did you start singing? Did you start as like a young tyke? Did you sing choruses and things like that?
No, I never did that. But I took guitar lessons, and I had to sing, these simple songs like Paper Roses. And I actually I knew I had a good voice back then. I was like 12 years old when I started singing. But I never really tried to copy any R&B singers or anything like that until I was about 18. And then it just kind of took off from there. I started doing, studio work within a couple of years. So. And
who were the singers you were listening to, or who were the players on sax that you were listening to?
On saxophone, my biggest hero is Michael Brecker and Charlie Parker and John Coltrane. They're all kind of equal.
Just named all my 3 favorites.
Yeah.
I saw Michael Brecker play before he passed, but I never got to see Charlie Parker and Coltrane, but those are all my favorite horn players right there.
I have several favorites, but those are the ones that I'm most influenced by. Yeah, other people have asked me, who my favorites are, and I name those guys, and they're like, oh, so the same ones as everybody else, basically.
Who's an unknown saxophonist that I love is Lou Donaldson. I love Lou Donaldson.
Yeah, he was great. There's an Art Blakey album, Live at the Birdland, where he really shines on that, I think. But there's other albums where he's great too, but that was my favorite.
I wanted to ask you, when you take a solo, and you just played a burn-in solo with us on the song Livin, it was pretty slamming. What are you thinking about? Are you trying not to think? Are you trying not to get the ego involved? Are you just trying to feel something?
Boy,
how are you soloing and getting to that place?
That's a perfect way to put it. I'm trying not to let my brawn take over the brain, and just play note to note or melody to melody instead of trying to play what I've been practicing, but it still comes out,
right.
Whether I want it to or not. But I mostly am trying to just play melodies.
Are there things that you are constantly working on, whether it's composing, writing, vocals? There are things that you're always kind of taking stabs at to kind of dig deeper in the search, on the quest?
Oh, yeah. It's daily. I'm just trying to find things that I want to learn, either on the vocals or saxophone. There's a lot of vocal things that I can't do, and the same with saxophone. There's sounds that David Sanborn just would pop out a note, and it would break up in a certain way that I just can't do. And it's okay, I can do other things that he didn't ever do. Not that he couldn't do them, but he didn't. So, people just choose different things to play or to work on. And with vocals, it's mainly I just find different people that I want to sound like, and there's there's a lot more that I can't sound like, so I'm finding my own voice that way.
That's the hardest thing too. And what you have a very unique approach to music, because a lot of singers will take stuff from saxophone players. A lot of saxophone players will take stuff from singers. So do you draw from different voices, or do you draw from the same voice? If you're thinking about saxophone, are you listening to sax players? Are you kind of drawing inspiration from singers too?
Wow, it's everything. Guitar solos, you know, I try to think of B.B. King or Albert King a lot of times, or synthesizer players that'll do really. Oh man, I just saw Jeff Babco at the Baked Potato last night.
Love that cat. He's
and
great.
He blew my mind. I mean, and I asked him why he did that, and he goes, "Oh, it just did a modulation thing, and I went with it." So it's like. Just for him, it was just luck, but for me, it was kind of life-changing. You know, like you can do that, and you just make it work. You know,
It's one of the most amazing things about music and musicians. You feel like there's so much they draw from, and some people it just flows out of them, and some people are thinking they're cerebral about it. But I find like, you know, there's a little bit of a tug of war to get to that place. What are like some of the biggest obstacles when you're trying to create that you may hit, that maybe shed some light on someone like me or anybody that's just like learning or trying to always dig for something deeper?
the biggest obstacles as far as like, I'm sorry,
Like creative blocks, like anything. Like what
Creative
do you do to kind of like
blocks.
find solutions?
How do I get past that?
Yeah.
Well, I just, I make an exercise out of it. Yeah, like, okay, so especially on saxophone, because for some reason, I mean, not to sound like a weirdo, but vocals just really kind of just come to me, and I just have to keep my voice in shape. And I think a lot of the musicality comes from being a saxophonist.
Right.
But on saxophone, if there's something that I don't know what it is, I'll figure it out and I'll make an exercise out of it.
That's cool. I love that.
And then I'll turn it into something totally different that's, not what was actually played in the first place. But it's just like, I saw this interview with Steve Gadd where he takes a drum rudiment, like a paradiddle or something, and he'll start it on a different part of the beat. Yeah, or
Wow.
like he'll start it on an 8th note or a 16th note off, and it changes the whole sound of everything, or on a different beat. Yeah, even just putting it on a different beat changes everything. So I've been doing that with one of my really hard to play exercises, and then I just, on the saxophone, I do it the full range of the instrument
Right.
and in all keys.
I have a question, a selfish question from me as a creator and a musician. I always love listening to music. It's like one of my favorite parts of this whole process. And I'm always curious what musicians are listening to, or what stops you in your tracks, or what has stopped you in your tracks.
Lately?
Anything. Lately, or, even previous, something that changed your direction as far as like where you wanted to go in music.
Oh man, I pick like one person every year. Like one year it was the Isley Brothers. Like I just really got into this one album. It's usually one album, and I'll just listen to it over and over again until I kind of get as much as I can out of it. Or that I think anyway that I'm done with it, but I'm never really done with it, So, but there's a lot of just artists that let me think if there's anybody recently.
Even like Charlie Parker. The first time you heard Charlie Parker.
Well, the first time I heard Charlie Parker, I was in 8th grade,
Right.
and my teacher was really into him, and he was an alto sax player too. And so he had me buy the Charlie Parker Omnibook, and we just started learning solos out of there, and it was really hard. But after I heard Charlie Parker do them, I could hear how it was done, And then it was a combination of the ear and reading, and that's kind of how I started on jazz. It's just you have to hear how it sounds. And it takes a long time to hear it, how it's. But if you listen to enough Charlie Parker, you'll really get a good idea of what it's supposed to sound like.
He's one of my favorites, and also Lady Be Good, I think, is my favorite solo. And it's live. It's like a live recording. You hear the piano player saying, "Hey, Lady Be Good," and he plays probably my favorite jazz solo of all time. And it's just in the flow, and he just did it, and it's like nothing. Do you ever have those moments where you feel like, yeah, okay, that was a good solo? Like, what is that moment, and what were you thinking? What were you doing in that place to get there?
It's probably just that it made sense. Everything made sense. And that's, to me, whether it's inside or outside playing, if it doesn't make sense, I feel like I failed. and I tell you, I mean, I feel like I failed most of the time, but it's not the actuality of it. It's just the solos that I consider perfect are the ones that, of course, they're like cocktail music solos. People call it cocktail music, but I call it just jazz. I'm like Dexter Gordon would have liked that solo, or something, and then I'd be very happy about that. He was a big influence on me too.
Well, I love that you love all the greats, and you're a great musician yourself.
Oh, thank you.
I want to thank you for jamming with us, and we're going to have you jam with the NK Band a lot more.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks for being a guest on Sight and Sound.
Yeah, you're welcome. I kind of want to mention this tour that I have coming up.
Oh,
too,
yeah, absolutely.
With Todd Rundgren and some great musicians, mostly from Nashville. And we're starting our tour in L.A. at the Wiltern. Actually, our first gig is in Ventura, and then the second gig's at the Wiltern, and then we'll be in Del Mar down by San Diego after that, and then we're going on the road.
I have a Burt Bacharach story that you'll love. When I was mastering my first record, my mastering engineer said, "Hey, I've got a client that needs to come in the middle of our mastering session. Do you mind?" And I said, "No, not at all. Totally fine." And so he made me a master and said, "Go listen to it." And he said, "I think my client's here." And Burt Bacharach walked in. And I was like, "Oh, wow." I said, "Hey, nice to meet
client.
you."
Yeah.
And so he was like, "Thanks, for letting us come in." And I was like, "No problem." So I went into my car, and I was listening to the master, and about 20 minutes went by, and then one of the studio assistants came and knocked on my door, and he said, "Burt Bacharach wants to talk to you." And I was like, "Oh my God, what did I do? Did I knock something over? Like, did I mess something up?" So I walked in, and he said, "I just really want to take a moment and thank you again for letting us come in during your session." I said, "You're Burt Bacharach. You can come into any of my sessions anytime." But it was just that sense of humility and gratitude and just professionalism that I just admired, because that cat didn't need to do that. I was a nobody, and he was so kind, and I think that's like a testament to why his music reaches so many people. You know?
I don't know if I mentioned that it's all Burt Bacharach music, so it'll be a really fun tour. I'll be playing mostly saxophone, but I'm singing on 5 or 6 songs.
That's going to be amazing. Well, I can't wait to make more music with you. Thank you for being a guest on Sight and Sound.
You're welcome.
We got more videos coming up. We've got some NK Band songs, Livin, A Place to Go, and we've got some Allman Brothers covers. We also have an 8-minute jam of Survive and Just Let Love, so stay tuned and stick around. Hit that subscribe button. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Crossroads seem to come and go. Yeah, the gypsy flies from coast to coast, knowing many, loving none, bearing sorrow, having fun. But back home it'll always run to sweet Melissa. freight train, each car looks the same, all the same, and no one knows the gypsy's name, and no one hears his lonely sigh. There are no blankets where he lies. Low's deepest dreams, gypsy flies with sweet Melissa. Again the morning's come, again he's on the run. Sunbeam shining through his hair, appearing not to have a care. Pick up your gear, gypsy, rolls on, rolls. Crossroads, will you ever let him go? And will you hide the dead man's ghost? Long will he lie beneath the clay. Will his spirit fade away? But I know that he won't stay without Melissa. Yes, I know that he won't stay without Melissa. Melissa, Melissa. Revolutions, no retributions. Something save me when I'm drowning in your sea of fear. Contributions with executions. Something's failed here. All we need in life is simplicity. 'Cause I wanna live inside this world. I wanna live a peaceful life. Somebody say with me, 'cause I wanna live inside this world. I wanna live a peaceful life. Somebody say with me, revelations across the nation, false elation, while the war with love is never won. Segregation and trepidation, it's time to wake up. When you look around, the deed is done. 'Cause I wanna live inside this world. I wanna live a peaceful life. Somebody say with me, 'cause I wanna live inside this world. I wanna live a peaceful life. Somebody say with me, to find a world with differences aside. Let's create a world that beats the doubts inside. Let's build a world our colors can't abide. 'Cause I wanna live inside this world. I wanna live a peaceful life. Somebody say with me, 'cause I wanna live inside this world. I wanna live a peaceful life. Somebody say with me, na 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 na. Na 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 na. Won't you come out and play? Won't you come out and play? Your bits are good today. Won't you come out and play? 'Cause the music won't stop when your heart just wants you to play. Can you take all the pain while you make it rain? Do you know what to do when there's so much to lose? Would you fake up for free, free, free for the price of the few? Won't you come out and play? Won't you come out and play? Your bets are good today. Won't you come out and play? 'Cause the music won't stop and your heart just wants you to play.
right here on this button below. Let's keep this train rolling.